Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So, I have skipped a little bit of the travel and we have come to the Shrine of Abaddon. The Searing Falls fight that we did last time, I'm going to add it to the list of things we need to clear up at the end. Kind of our last hurrah of combat until we go into the final area. I also think it'll be good that if we're still struggling with that at that point, then it's time to go respec some characters, go thoroughly look and see what we need to do, like what we did with Minea and Zawa last time we were in the White March. So let's set ourselves up and we're going to go over to the Shrine of Abaddon for this quest. Now let's double check what the quest is, just to be 100% sure. Okay, an acolyte at the Temple of Abaddon wants me to complete a ritual that will bless her forge hammer. Of course, right. Well, we're going to go and do that. So it is over here. And this is, of course, where we murdered this guy, so his corpse may still be around. Oh, good, it's not. So what's this? This is the altar. We're not going to take the token off the altar, I don't think. And then we've got... Oh, yes, we put the token on the altar for when we're working for the dozens, I think, for that one quest. Anyway, this is the Shrine of Abaddon. The Shrine of Abaddon lies before you, smelling of metal and oil. We will bless Magicka's forge hammer. You place Magicka's forge hammer at the base of the shrine. For a moment nothing happens, then you hear the distant ring of hammers striking anvils, tens, then hundreds and thousands all in unison. Magicka's forge hammer suddenly flares with light and the chorus of hammering fades away. You retrieve the hammer, and though its appearance hasn't changed, it feels heavier somehow. Okay, now we have to bless it at the Shrine of Magrin at Magrin's Fork. Now this is where we first met Durance, so be interesting to go back there after all this time. Right, out we go. Alright, out here, and we're gonna head out the bottom, and it should be over here somewhere. I think it's in oh yeah, it's in Magrin's Fork, obviously. Right, let's head over there. Alright. Oh, Sagini finished her quest, she rescued somebody. That's good. Was there anything else we need to do with that? We can either okay, he's been kidnapped. Oh wait, it just said that she rescued him. Oh, I guess we'll send rescue again? We'll just ransom him. Wait, yeah, we'll just pay the ransom. There we go. Maybe? I think that worked. Or was that us paying the ransom, or was that us setting a ransom, or I'm not entirely sure what that was. It wasn't entirely clear either. Anyway, we're not going to spend a lot of time on it. Excuse me? What are these people doing here? Let's just quick save here, and then have a look in and see what they're talking about. So there's a lot of priests. Gramful the Wayfarer? Do we have a quest about this guy? Searing Falls, return to Stalwart, capture Stormbirds, get this thing, find Eska. No. No, I don't think so. No. Like, do we have another quest here? I don't think so. That's weird. So these people definitely weren't here last time. We're going to head down this way, just because I don't want to kind of come in from the side and be inside them when we do this. We're going to rearrange our group so we're facing this way. Perfect. Although actually I think we should change our group formation a little bit, just because our formation that we're using was kind of set up for a different group. It was set up for Eddie at the front. I think realistically this is more of our setup right now. I think that's more what we use. So we have Minea and Zawa at the front. Yeah, and then we have the better fighter on the left-hand side with them. I think that's a better setup. Yeah, I think that's the best we're going to get. So we'll set that as our formation and just get that going. Doesn't quite work as well inside, but it works very well for this particular situation. Who are you? A motley gathering stands at the crossroads. At first glance, the person at the head of the group seems more monster than man. Two large and curling horns emerge from the sides of his skull, forming a hardened carapace that is pocked like coral. Down its center, the strange shell splits, revealing the ash-grey skin of a man's face, obscured above the nose. The horns might seem a mere helmet, save that in several places you cannot tell where the flesh ends and where the bone begins. From the neck down, however, this is, by all appearances, a human man, clad in fine armor of the same dark shade as his features. The man smiles, revealing long white teeth from which the gums have retracted. Despite his masked eyes, he looks unerringly in your direction. "Hail, traveler, and well met." He laughs quietly. "Are you enjoying the fresh air? We are doing much the same." You seem well armed for scholars." "Ah, but we are not scriveners or aspiring priests, but rather scholars of death. We're better to witness it than the road. These paths are not very safe. For instance, I have heard tell that there are certain groups comprised of individuals both skilled and handsome, who, depending upon the monetary fortunes of strangers, will unseam these poor devils from nose to nave, and thereby send them into the next life." "I think her talk is done. Kill that one slow. I want to see the light to leave him." Alright then, I kind of guessed they were here to fight us. Mercenaries, so we're back to where we should be. Go and punch this guy straight away. We're going to get you to run in the tracker. I think this is a situation for your sword and not for your, like for the devil's sword and not for the devil's arbalist here. And then probably go and stun the first mercenary. I think that'll probably work out best. Durance. Get everyone damage reduced, I think probably works out best. So something like that. We want you shooting at the... they have a Soul Reaver, and that's their... this one is their Cypher, this one is their Cleric. We're going to get the Cleric first, I think. Not Cleric, what's it called? Priest. And then a Wall of Draining, how long does it last for? 30 seconds. I think we want to do... something like... I don't know. The priest is going for attacks, not for buffs. I think actually what we want to do is we want to do that. That, I think. Go. Let's just double check where we want it to go now that everyone's got a position. Here. Cast. Oh god, we got hit. What hit us? It was something. It didn't hurt us a lot, but it hit us. Priest is almost dead. Priest's actually almost dead already after one hit. Okay. Maybe this was a fight we were meant to have earlier in the game, because this seems really easy. Okay, yeah, everyone's almost dead.
Done.
Okay, we all have our damage reduction. They're barely even harming us. Yeah, that priest has 5 damage reduction and is about to die. Okay. Oh. We'll just... that's already casting. Nothing we can do about it. That's fine. We got some down. Lower their damage reductions, I guess? It seems real easy. Oh, he's on the other side, Zawa. Suppress affliction. There we go. That's it. Perfect. Priest's already dead. The Soul Reaver is running in. Durance, give everyone the defenses. I want us to be shooting at the Soul Reaver. And I think we maybe want a... oh, these guys are weak. Fireball is going to be so useful against them. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, it took like half their health off everyone. Okay, we want to switch to our melee weapon and stun the Soul Reaver. And then I think we just fireball again. We just straight up do the exact same thing. There we go. That actually didn't hurt them as much that time. Okay. Do we have the bouncy one? What's it called? Bounding missiles. Yes. Cast it on the big guy. There we go. That did something. They have slightly higher damage resistance to the back. But this is a real easy fight. Durance, buff everybody. And then a Loth, why don't you just heal? Oh, somebody just jumped in front of him. Stun him.
This fight is mine.
Right, back off. And then chuck down a stuck here. Right, Aloft's going to run away. And we're just going to throw in our base raw damage on them.
That's how it's done.
There we go.
That's it.
Ooh, some skeletons coming after us. That's fine. Durants can deal with skeletons. Right, use your heal that damages. And then we'll throw in another raw damage here.
That's it.
Cool, we got their cipher. Nice.
That's me you're hitting.
A nice, easy fight. Wait! Wait, you have won the day, Mercy Traveler. I beg you. Fine, you'll spend some time in the dungeons at Cadenua. As you wish it then. Okay, who the hell was that guy? Well, we got all the loot. That's fine. Still not entirely sure who he was. I think that must have been a fight we were meant to have earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I've got something over here.
What's this? Oh, it's some bloodstone and potion of fleetfoot. Nice. Okay, the ash-covered shrine of Magrin stands before you, the scent of charred wood still lingering in the air. We'll place Magicka's forge hammer on the shrine. The temperature around you begins to rise, long before you, and before long you feel as though you're standing in front of an open forge. Magicka's hammer begins to glow red hot. Suddenly, the ground in the shrine erupts into columns of living fire, flame blights. In the sky, winged shapes dive towards you, smoke trailing from their wide open jaws. Yes, we're gonna fight. Okay, so there's dragons and flame blights coming for us. Who have we got here? This is Devil of Croc, that's fine. These guys are not immune to stun, so we'll chuck that in there. This one is Durance, that's not so good. He should just second wind straight away. We're at the back, we're going to switch back to our crossbow. I think we're going to try and kill the flame blight that's on Durance. What are these guys weak to? Ice. Do we have an ice spell? We have ice pillar. Yeah, we'll throw in a freezing pillar here. There we go. Did that work? Yes, it's worked. We'll get you to run in there. Yeah, in that little bit there to stop anyone. Actually, you run back here and we'll see where we need you.
That's
Go.
it.
Nice, that worked. Run in there. Okay, Ice Pillar's going to come in here. Heal, I think, is what we need you to do. Durance is not in a good spot. Not in a good spot at all. I actually use Second Wind instead of Holy Radiance. Oops. I meant to use Holy Radiance straight away. Freezing Pillar is still coming in. I actually cannot tell entirely what's going on, but that's fine. Punch the Drake, I think. Over here, you. Get you to stun that flame blight. There we go. Barbaric Yell maybe could work. Try it. Okay, go.
It is no use.
The freezing pillar at least should hurt them. Right, we're going to move our ranged out here. We're going to get them to attack this flame blight. Okay. The one that's on Durance. Durance, we're going to ignore him for just now. We're going to ignore the fact that he's getting hit, and we're just going to give everybody damage reduction. We're going to assume that these two can deal with them eventually. Are these, they're immune to piercing, in which case you need to switch to your melee weapon and run in. Probably hit the dragon. Stun the dragon, if you can. This dragon's fallen over. Good job, Zawa. It's prone. Stun it. Okay. You're very weak, Devil of Croc. You've already used your heal. What's the potion you have? Oh, it's Carouse. Oh, wait, no, that's from a thing she has. From an item. Stun the flame blight. Okay, good. This is fine. This is fine. I want you to blind it now.
That didn't.
How about drop in a raw damage on all three, if you can.
That's it.
Nice, triple kill on the raw damage, and then go get the drink. Kill it. Yeah. Perfect, it's dead. Whew. Well, that wasn't easy. We'll grab all this stuff. Grab all that stuff. Yeah, wait for everyone to heal up. And then do a little quick save. Then we're going to see what this has on it. Wait. Do we have the hammer? What's the next stage of that quest? Now that we fought. Oh, we'll just return. Okay, we can do that. We do need to head to the Dyrwood village first for another quest. So we'll head up there next. Right, there we go. Dyrwood... Wait. What exactly was it called? The quest is the... Down here... Bleak Oath. At the mill in Dyrwood. The mill in Dyrwood, I think, is in Gilded Vale, but am I wrong? Is there another one? I think I'm right. No, there's Dyrwood Crossing. No, it must be in Dyrwood Village. It must be at that mill. I was thinking the mill in Gilded Vale. No, it's in Dyrwood Village's mill. We'll head down there then. Okay, a wealthy noble is asking for help at our stronghold. Let's see what we want to do with that. Wealthy noble. Nah, we don't need to care about that. We'd have to go back to our stronghold to deal with it. Generally, they're just like, here, have like a tiny amount of money or something. That's the church. We want to go to the mill. Okay. Devil Croc's fairly injured, but I think she can survive another fight. Well, quick save, assuming it's outside the mill and not inside the mill. If it's inside the mill, then, you know, it's going to be a more difficult fight, but that's fine. Although it might be an easier fight, because there might be less people here. Anyway, inside the mill we go. Okay. Put the blade down, boy. You scarcely know how to hold it. Help! Hey, help me please. They're insane. One of the paladins takes a step to the side, swiveling to face you and Eska both. He sizes you up with a lazy sweep of the eyes. Well, who's this? Ah, the foreigner. You'll have to wait your turn. We have a contract to wrap up. Contract? I've seen my fair share of feuds in the Dyrwood, but stalwart's something else. Peasants at each other's throats over a hilltop. Wasn't so long ago their biggest concern was surviving the ogre raids. Well, maybe they'll talk things through next time. Haha. Yeah. Let's go for that's a flimsy justification for murder. A show of force impresses like nothing else. You have a passable talent for it yourself, I hear. I've been asked to save Eska. You won't stop me. Alright. You have my attention. Kill him first. Okay, then. I think we could have talked our way out of that, but I also felt like we wouldn't. So, this is us. We're like the wrong way around. We want to get in the corner. Durant wants to take a step to the side as well. Devil of Croc probably wants to switch to Arbalist and head over there. Where is... wait, there's Durant. We've already got him moving. Zawa's going to step up there. And we're going to get Manea to step up there. Aloth is at the back, I think. No, where's Aloth? Aloth is at the back. Good. I'm trying to think of what we can get Aloth to do that doesn't involve him moving. Maybe just try and reduce resistances of the one at the front. I guess we'll just chuck that in there. Go. Oh yeah, we'll hit all of them. That's good. So we're at the side. Devil of Croc. Want you to turn and start shooting the... So they do have a hired person at the back, a healer. Want you to shoot that one. Want Manea to run in here still. Want you to go and punch the paladin. Lowering the resistances is good. Durance, I think it's time for a buff.
Ready when you are. That's how it's done.
There we go. That's what we're after. If he comes close enough, yeah, we want to shoot the mender. We want you right here to just try and steal their beneficial effects. So wait, does that only affect us, or does that affect them as well? From the target. So that means it could hit us. I kind of want that to go across their side here. Yeah, if we can do that, that'll make them a lot weaker. Deviled Croc can probably switch to our sword and quite carefully go in there. Right, now we buffed. We probably want to buff again with a Circle of Protection on us. Nice. This is fine. That's reducing the amount of stuff on the Paladin, and I believe giving it all to a Loth, which is nice. At least I think that's how it works. Double check it. Yes it does. So that's nice. He's well protected. We could lightning in at them. I'm trying to think what they'll be weak to. They seem to not have that good. Like, the defenses don't seem to be amazing. If there's a way to like knock over, that would be really useful. I don't think we have any though. We could confuse the ones at the back, I suppose. Depends what we think their fortitude is. We know it's 75. That's reasonably high. In which case, I think we just throw damage in with them. Maybe tentacles, like there, because that'll actually give us an advantage in the fight. We'll have more people. Okay, Durants give everybody beneficial effects here. Lots and lots of stuff. Oh, what's that? Expose vulnerabilities, hit that one. Dire Blessing, I think it is. Okay. We're good. Tentacles are gonna attack that one. If they can. Okay, we're still shooting the Mender, which means that hopefully they'll start healing themselves. They do appear to be throwing in a confusion-y type thing. What is it? It is this one. So, they're trying to daze us. Okay. Straight up, I think that we should suppress affliction when that comes in. Let's throw a heal down first, though. Throw our free heal down. Just to get us all back up. Not that anyone's weak, but, you know, just to make sure we're fine.
This fight is mine!
Oh, it looks like we resisted it. I think. No, we didn't. Suppress affliction. There we go. There we go. We're no longer dazed. That's nice. We're moving in. Oh, you should be on your bow.
What?
Step back. Shoot the Mender for just now. Try knock. Can you knock him over? I think you can try it, if nothing else. Right. A Loth. We're gonna throw in some guaranteed damage right back there. Nice. That looked like some almost a good hit there. There we go. A Loth, I think you go for the kill shot here, even though it won't kill. It looks like he has a lot of defenses, so it might kill actually. It did, fantastic. Now we can all kill Sylvester. Yeah, nice. Now we can all kill the Hired Scout.
That's it.
That's what we're after. Yep, overwhelm. Perfect. Eska stares at the fallen paladins. The dagger trembles in his hand. They told me they killed my parents. Is that true? I'm sorry, Eska. I never believed Kern could stoop to this. That rotten bastard. Eska turns his head away, fists clenched. You hear a stifled sob. Kern sent me. Didn't intend for anyone to get killed. Who cares what he intended? I'm gonna see that he regrets everything he's done. That's the spirit. Revenge is what started all this. It's going to finish all this too. Here, I'm grateful you saved me. I am. I just wish you turned up sooner. Give us 2,000 copper. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. I guess. Oh, and it's leveled up. Fantastic. Oh, it's now complete. So now it grants Frighten on Kill. Okay. It will frighten in an AoE around. Let's give it. Oh, hover for that one. So it reduces the resolve and dexterity and accuracy. I assume AoE around the person I killed, not around me. We'll see. What else do I think that's it. And then Merciless Gaze can also be done on kill, but we already had that. Yeah, cool. It's a reasonably good crossbow. Right, let's see what we got. We got junk. Well,
Right
okay.
here.
Anything else? Nope. And then we have these which are stealing. Okay, well, time to leave and go and see what Curran has to say about all this. Right, this way. And we're just heading straight out of the village. There we go. Want to head up to... Oh, it's actually up here and then through to Stalwart Village. There we go. Okay, it says Belrot has been kidnapped from the stronghold again. I think this quest must be bugged because it keeps coming back, so we'll just ignore it. Oh, what was that? Ooh, we sensed the presence of something. Then Gora... Ooh, and then Gora's chorus popped up. Okay, there's another piece of his helm nearby. Okay, do you have it? Oh, alright. Would you happen to possess an old helm or a horn that looks like it's supposed to be attached to a helm? Edoran opens up a compartment in his wagon and pulls out a cracked horn partially wrapped in cloth. One of the villagers sold me this during a previous visit. He said it came from some rare lake creature and it was quite valuable. It's been dismissed as junk whenever I tried to resell it. Unless you know otherwise. Yes, it's part of an artifact I'm trying to recover. Ah, so not another bad investment on my part then. 600 pounds is my price. Done. 100%, we have so much money. As it has twice before, your vision blurs and fades to black. When it returns, you find yourself on your knees, a shattered sword in your hand, and a broken, battered helm in front of you. Your helm. You can feel blood pouring down one side of your face, and you know for certain that you will never see out of your left eye again. Arrayed around you in a circle are other warriors, some from your tribe and the rest from an enemy tribe. They watch the combat in silence. You're going to die, old man. Your opponent is a brash, but young and strong. You think that you still think single combat was a good idea? You do. Last winter's famine took a heavy toll on your tribe, and your warriors were in no shape to fend off an all-out attack from its enemies. Single combat was your tribe's only hope, but not if you lose. Once again, the world stops, the memory trail awaiting your guidance. We'll take him down with us. You force yourself to your feet and toss away your broken blade. Summoning the last reserves of your energy, you charge your opponent. He's ready for you. His blade bites deep into your side, a mortal blow. He laughs, but the last laugh is yours. You're older and you are slower, but you're still strong. You seize the young warrior's head with a roar of triumph, snap his neck, and drop his corpse into the mud. You remain standing, sheer willpower keeping you up, until you're certain you're the undisputed winner of the combat. It's not until the last of the enemy warriors have left your village that you allow yourself to collapse. Last thing you ever remember is the hands of your people reaching out to catch you. Yes, it's all coming back. My sister, my reign, the end. Oh, Garrod looks at his own spectral form with sad surprise in his eyes, watching it begin to fade. But I've only just seen it. There's been so little to know. There's been so little time to know what to make of all of it. Farewell, Garrod. He sighs. The wheel has no patience, it seems. I trust my helm to your care. You find Garrod's helm in your hands, whole and unbroken. Farewell, my friend. Okay, we have his helm. Let's see what's up with that. I assume it's this one. So it's all of might and it has retaliation, which is pierce damage to people hitting me. It's not very good. But it is better than the ultimate hat of alluring perfection here. And it might also be better than Manea's hat. Although Manea's hat has so many bonuses, I'm not sure it could be. Let's give it to Zawa. Zawa, you shall now wear the funny hat. There we go. And this one, there isn't really another person to give it to. Maybe us? We're kind of okay with immune to confused and intellect. It's actually not that good a hat. This would probably be better on that one there. And then you should probably have the immune to confused hat, I think. There we go. Resolve and perception that was so good for you. I don't know. I think the immune to confused hat is really useful just because she's going to be in melee range. and her will is not that high, although Zawa's is lower. Manea's is even lower. I don't know. The Resolve Perception hat's so good though. Actually, you know what? We should given this hat, you should have that hat. Durant should have this hat. One, because it looks less silly. And two, because it gives the 2 intellect, and that's what his hat gave anyway. There we go. Right. Let's head down here and inside. We're going to go give the hammer to Magicka. New quest. We need to assign... The reason we need to do these quests is because that's the way that the people who aren't in your party get XP, basically. So, anyway, let's head in here. Okay. Well, Magicka, hello. Hey there. I hope you're not having any trouble with that ritual. I completed the ritual. We don't need to tell her about the flame blights and drakes. They weren't a problem. Just in time, too. I was supposed to be done with this sword yesterday. Okay, Magic Hammer, do your thing. She raises the hammer and prepares to strike the unfinished sword. We'll just watch. Magicka swings the hammer down hard, and both blade and anvil ring with the force of the blow. The blade's metal ripples like liquid as it shapes itself into a proper sword. Magicka grins and nods at you, but the ringing continues, becoming more and more shrill, and just as the sound becomes unbearable, the sword shatters, scattering metal shards across the room. Talfir's ritual. I haven't seen anyone try to use it in some time. He glances at you. You had help, of course. But it doesn't change the fact that you were the instigator, Magicka. Is there any reason I shouldn't immediately cast you out of the temple? No, Master. Magicka's eyes are fixed on the floor. What about you? You made yourself a part of this. Is there anything you wish to say in Magicka's defense? We could use our lore, which is all errors can be reforged into lessons, one of Abaddon's affirmations. If I'm not mistaken, a valuable lesson for Magicka, wouldn't you agree? Definitely seems good. All errors can be forged into lessons. It says so right here in this book. Oh, because we have Abaddon's book. Magicka admires you. She was tired of disappointing you. You must agree that Magicka's attempted solution was creative. How often do you see that kind of initiative in an acolyte? I like the lore-based one of going Abaddon. Let's try that first. Let's use our lore. Would that more acolytes actually read the book. Magicka, the stranger has preserved your position within the temple. See that his effort was not in vain. I won't. Thank you, Master Ingram. And thank you for getting me a second chance. Here, a gift for you. One of the very first things I forged. Now I need to get back to work. I've still got a lot to learn. We got the Unlabored Blade. What is the Unlabored Blade? It is a soulbound blade. Okay. So it does slash damage, which is buffed for some reason. Okay, that's good. Simple might be as specific as one can be when describing this dagger. Okay. It seems to be pretty good. Would we want to give it to somebody? That's the question. We could have it, depending on what it does. The reason we really, really like Ravenwing. It's a really good mace, right? We could replace it. You have 2-weapon fighting. We only have single-hand fighting. I think we're going to try it. Because generally soulbound weapons are good. And then we're going to bind it. And we're going to see. We're the only person who could use it. So let's see what it's like. Deal slash damage to unlock the next level. So I guess we're going to have to be in melee a little bit more than we usually are. That's fine. So Gideon returns with experience. Lovely. And Remembrance Ashes, which can revive someone with a lot of endurance, and they lose over time. Alright, so it kind of revives someone really quickly, but then they start to die. Okay, so it's kind of like a last stand kind of thing. Okay, let's level up the Devil of Kurok. So, 8 points. That seems like a good place for athletics. There we go. And then we get an extra ability. Now, which one of these are we going to go for? There's a whole bunch of them. Let's think about what we use her for. We have a bunch of abilities that all use her attack. Like, they all use one action for an attack, and they all apply an effect. So she really doesn't need another one of those. What she needs is something that will either help her do more damage without being an attack, or help her be more defensive and keep her alive, or something that just has another effect that we don't already have in our party. So, crippling strike, awful, because it fits into the you use it while you're attacking. Escape allows them to break engagement. We don't really break engagement maybe as much as we should, so I don't really think that's good. Finishing blow, it's 2 per rest, so I can't accept that being there. Riposte, so this one, incoming melee attacks that target deflection and miss or graze have a chance of allowing a full attack riposte. This is really good because she uses a weapon that does a lot of damage. That seems like a really good one for her, perhaps. Adept evasion, so it turns grazes into misses on reflex hits and turns hits into grazes. Again on reflex, so maybe not amazing. Deep wounds. This is a very small amount of raw damage. So it's like 9 raw damage for 10 seconds or for 11 seconds, but it does also do it when she's attacking at range, so it's alright. Fearsome strike, again not good, it's once per rest and it takes your attack action. Smoke cloud could distract people, could be useful. Shadow step, this one allows them to jump somewhere else and then return when the effect ends. So it's a 6-second jump, like teleport. Not that useful, it's going to teleport, attack, and then disappear. Feign death, so it allows them to pretend to be out the fight and regains some endurance. And when they stand back up, they become invisible. So that's pretty good. You would get our sneak attack on that as well. Immune to engagement, untargetable, breaks engagement for 6 seconds, it then restores health, and we're untargetable. And it gives a damage shield. Okay. And then persistent distraction is when a rogue is contributing to the flank deflection, the victim is also distracted. That's useful, that's very passively useful. So it lowers their engagement targets and lowers their defenses by 6, which is a thing that we like to have. I think it's between riposte for more damage or evasion here. I think these are the two that I'm more positive about. I do like Feign Death. I think it's got a ton of uses and could be amazingly... So that's like 200 endurance. That could bring you right back into a fight. I think that avoiding damage would be useful to start with. I don't know, Feign Death has a positive. Let's chuck Feign Death in there. Let's see if that's useful for us. Yeah. The more I talk about Feign Death, the more I think it's a good ability. And then we have Zawa, who is looking very much not like a monk currently, but we can fix that. We need to get him... Survival 7 means he's got the next level of damage reduction. Do we want to get him to Survival 10? I guess that is our goal. So we'll chuck another one in there. Right, and here he gets a monk ability. So, again, what do we use Zawa for? Well, we don't use his wounds abilities as much as we should. But that's my bad. We mostly use him as a tank. And he kind of dies a little bit as a tank. Let's see what we got. Long stride makes him move quicker, so that can be useful if we want him to engage someone very quickly. We want him to be right in the combat. Clarity of Agony isn't very useful. Crucible of Suffering, so you get a bonus whenever hostile effect expires. It's not a huge bonus though. Force of Anguish, 2 wounds, can push someone? Yeah. Can push someone and then make them go prone. Okay. Innovating blows. So melee critical hits cause the target to be weakened. He's not really getting a lot of crits because we're not focusing on accuracy, so that's not so useful. Duality of Mortal Presence could be useful. It's a modal that allows him to get deflection or other defenses, except deflection. That could be useful. Yeah. Does he already have a modal ability? That's something we should check. Zawa
is ready.
has the modal Savage Attack currently, which gives him melee damage from melee accuracy. That's not very useful. I don't know why we gave him that. For making him a tanky character, that seems like a really bad ability to give him, because he should have duality and mortal presence, really. But that's fine. We already have one, and we're not respecing right now. The Fligent's path. What's that give him? Wounds. He can do crush damage to any while he streaks across an area. Yeah, okay. This one summons a copy of Zawa for 8 wounds. Okay. Skyward kick launches target in the air and then they go to the ground prone. Okay. Doesn't need wounds, which makes it significantly more useful. Resonant touch once per encounter. What does it do? Strike generates a symphonic resonance between the monk and his target. Successive strikes increase that resonance. At the time the monk's choosing, the monk can cause the resonance to inflict raw damage. Okay. Seems a little bit too... It seems like it might be useful. It seems like it's a lot of work to make it work. The long pain. Summon some weapons that probably won't work because he's got a cursed weapon in his hand. I think Skyward Kick is maybe the best one. He gives him twice per in a combat. He's able to knock someone prone. I think that's useful. Like the person he's next to. And that gives him a little bit of crowd control that he didn't previously have.
What?
Okay, cool. Let's leave this building. Right, so now we want to head up to Gref's Rest, where I believe we have 2 people waiting for us. We should have Nesta for this one, the Bleak Tolerance one, and the Bleak Oath is also in Gref's Rest. So that's good. We got 2 things here. Right. One of them was... Wait, what was the Nesta's one? It says we have to handle a negotiation. He wants me to escort Nesta around Stalwart and help hammer out the terms for a trade agreement with Defiance Bay. Ooh, okay. Well, let's head in. Okay. I think Klon was over here? No, Kern's here. It's Kern, not Klon. Hello. I never meant for any of this to happen. I found the Bleak Walkers. You did? What happened? I dealt with the Bleak Walkers. Hattie and Elwina were killed, but Eska is alive. Gods, Hattie. But Eska lives. You saved him. Then for that I owe you everything. I can't make any of it right, but I'll try. Here, take this, and thank you for sparing me a final stain upon my soul. Alright. So we have complete that quest, and Minea has leveled up. Okay. I think we go the same thing. Survival for her. And we then get to choose another one of these. So Minea is our tank. Anything that makes her better as a tank is good. Anything that's passive is good. But she also doesn't use a ton of abilities. She doesn't have a lot of abilities that she uses in combat. She kind of just walks in and is a tank. So extra abilities aren't the worst thing in the world for her. Frenzy. Once per encounter, it lowers her deflection and health. No, we don't need that. Wild Sprint. Not interested. Barbaric Shout. Terrifies enemies. It's not that useful. Bloodlust. So when she personally downs at least 2 enemies, she gets increased attack speed for 9 seconds. Not that useful, because she's a tank. When her health is reduced to 0, she performs Carnage full attacks at everyone in range. Again, not that useful, because she shouldn't die. Once per encounter, she can do a... each equipped weapon attacks every nearby enemy, doing extra damage and inflicting carnage if applicable. Okay, so she does a full attack at everybody near her. That's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best. This one's not good. So this one prevents her from being attacked in melee. Well, it doesn't prevent... It prevents her from being engaged in melee, which is not what she wants. She wants to be engaged. Dragon Leap. So, once per encounter, can leap high into the air and then crash down upon her foes. Could be useful for a start of a fight, maybe. Barbaric Retaliation. So, she lashes out at anyone who hits him or her in melee, doing raw damage to anyone unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end. Oh, that's weird. It changed end to endurance. That is weird. So, characters hitting her just get hurt. That seems really good. That's like straight raw damage at anybody who hits her, and we want people to be hitting her. Echoing Shout, once per encounter, can do crush damage and daze everyone caught in a wave. And if it hits a solid surface, it will bounce. Once. That's a lot. That's a reasonable amount of damage for an ability. Yeah. And then Bloodthirst. After killing an enemy, the barbarian's recovery is waived, allowing them to attack again immediately. Not interested. Barbaric Retaliation seems really good. It doesn't make her more tanky, but nothing really did there. This just gives her it gives her consistent damage. It means that we are just doing that much more damage every round. We're just doing 10 to 15 damage every single round at anybody who hits her. It's just a good thing. There we go. And because it's raw, it doesn't care about defenses. Nesta, hello. Ugh, I thought I ordered ale. She might have brought me the dishwasher by accident. Or maybe on purpose, you can never tell. Tarfus sent me. I'm here to negotiate the trade treaty on Stalwart's behalf. Ah, finally, I was beginning to wonder if Tarfus had forgotten about me entirely. My first stop is Stalwart's fishery. My clients are concerned it's a liability to Stalwart's prosperity. I'll meet you outside its front door. Okay, let's go outside the fishery then. Okay, let's head down here. Now, trade negotiations, we are an honest character. We're known to be honest, so we'll try and do the best for Stalwart without lying, I think. Right, hello Nesta. Gods, it's freezing out here. Let's get this over with quickly. I'd go inside the fishery, but that smell, ugh. I'm also regretting having the fish stew at the inn. One of the fishermen said they found a body in one of the barrels once. If you have a more uncomfortable place to nap, I am willing to accept suggestions. According to the town's records, the fishery doesn't export much these days. Why do they keep it open? It's an unnecessary drain on resources better spent on the White Forge and the mines. Closing down the fishery could help convince the investors that Stalwart is serious about maintaining its prosperity. We can say it helps keep them self-reliant, true. Keeping the fisheries will foster goodwill and cooperate with future representatives from Defiance Bay. I agree, remain silent. I'm leaving that decision up to you. We'll say it helps them be self-reliant. That's a pragmatic answer. I'll say the fishery remains open should any objections against it be raised. I spoke briefly with Grined, the head fisherman. A rather shady fellow, wouldn't you say? Is he the type that should be in charge? I seem to remember the answer is let's say let's just go, maybe? I'll be heading over to the Stalwart Mines next. My clients are concerned about security and safety of the mines. Meet me there when you're ready. Wait. Okay. Sorry, I was just double checking. I thought for a second there, I noticed the two options kind of led to the same thing. I was actually wondering whether maybe she had made a pun or something like that. Like maybe she said he's quite fishy, isn't he? But no. Okay. Anyway, let's head out over here. Maybe we would have had more answers if we had done a different thing to her quest. Like if we had done, different thing to his quest, the fisherman. I think there were different endings we could have gone for there, so maybe that would have given us a different way to answer that question. I don't know. Okay, where is she? She said she'd meet us at the mines, right? Oh, there she is. Hello. It's impressive how quickly Stalwart reopened the mines and got it operational. I'm a little concerned about this incident involving some of the miners. Something that was causing erratic, sometimes violent behaviour. They say you solved the issue. Care to enlighten me? Well, there was a giant spore in the Vithrak caverns that was also mind controlling the miners as well as the Vithrak. The spore's dead now. Oh, but the Vithrak are not, correct? I'll have to make a note of their presence in my report. Defiance Bay will insist on having a squad of Crucible Knights protecting the mines as part of the trade agreement. No offence to Stalwart's militia, intended, of course. Let's see. We could say the Knights won't thank her for it. Yeah, there's not much prestige in guarding a mine. And I have few enough friends amongst the Knights as it is. Good point. I won't mention the Vithrak in my report. There's one more stop I must make, the White Forge. I'd like to assess the skills of the smiths assigned to the forge. See you there. Alright then. Time to leave the mines and go to the forge. Oh, started us off the map. Good start. Where is she? Ah, there she is. Hello. So this is the fabled White Forge. Very impressive. I know several smiths in the Crucible Keep who would dearly love to be standing where I am right now. How long were the souls of those Paragon bound here anyway? Centuries? Releasing them back into the wheel was probably for the best. These smiths working on the forge, though, What are their qualifications? Who trained them? Surely the forge isn't being used efficiently as it could. I think it would be more profitable for everyone if Crucible Keep trained smiths were brought in here to run things. Wouldn't you agree? So we can say Stalwart will prosper even more. It's good. It's good so long as new smiths share their experience instead of taking over entirely. There'll be nothing but conflict if that happens. People of Stalwart don't like outsiders telling them what to do. Oh, the White Forge only works for the descendants of the Dwarfs of the Battery. You knew that, right? That's a lie, I think, the last one. Maybe? No, it's a lie. So we'll go over this one. We'll go as long as they share their experience. A reasonable compromise. I'll make note of your recommendation. All that's left to do is write up a draft of the trade agreement with the terms and conditions we've agreed upon and present a copy to Tarfus. It'll still be a few months before the final agreement can be signed. We made great progress here. I appreciate the escort, Palxa. Farewell. We'll go back to Stalwart. Okay, now we have to return.
After you learn this big secret, that's when you go back and kill the Ketchmots, right?
I seek only to liberate my people from the Ketchmotl.
Oh, playing the long game. So they don't expect you. You're smarter than you look, Zawa.
A few more years, and the slavers will have died of old age.
Okay. Let's speak to Tarfus. Palxa, Nesta presented me with the terms of the trade agreement. I guess we're keeping the fishery open after all. Funny, Nesta had mentioned something earlier about the investors wanting to shut it down. Can't say I disagree with them either. Looks like she didn't have much to say about the mines beyond what we already discussed. Good. As much as I hate the idea of Defiant Space Smiths butting into forge operations, we could benefit from their expertise. Everyone will be happy as long as they stay in their place. All things considered, the trade agreement is better than anything I could have negotiated. I'll sign this and have it sent to Defiance Bay first thing. Oh, Nesta left this for you. She said it helped her in a previous line of work. Thanks again, Palxa. Tax Collector Mantle. What is that? Ooh, it's a cloak. Gives her stealth, escape, and smoke cloud. Very funny. Very funny. Right, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.